Fantasy from the fairway. We are back. We're heading to Texas for the Charles Schwab Challenge. And you know what? Reading that right now, when I said Schwab, I first thought of Zoe 101.
Cotton Schwab.
And then 2, I thought of Harris. But anyways.
Why?
I don't know. Schwab, Harris. I don't know.
Okay.
Just Schwab don't sound right to me. But we are heading over to Texas. Coming off the PGA, it's a light field. There's some good players, but it's a light field. But there's one thing when we're doing the course that will make this week interesting for both me and you, when this is kind of a less interesting week, you know. But yeah, let's get right into it.
Are you aware of what happened?
No. What do you mean? Yeah, I was aware of that. It's fucking fat.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So Louis makes my screen now.
Yeah.
And I feel like we got to do this. Shout out to Phil, dude. Paul Mitchelson?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell happened there?
Against
all
all
odds. I don't know
odds.
if you saw it. There was a parlay of Paul Mitchelson, outright winner, and LeBron James double-double, and he hit. It was like plus 28,000, and he hit.
Couldn't be me.
No, it's gonna be me.
So that is the situation.
Quit.
That's the situation now.
Oh man,
lot going on here.
He really quit, dude. You want to talk about it?
It's never good when you see a gentleman quit, let alone on Thursday before he finished 18.
Oh man.
But against all odds, he said, "You know what? I got to roll." Yeah, what a world. So let me move this out of the way so you can get the full idea of
Shrek.
There he is. Who stays in 270 FedEx Cup points?
It's a banger.
I've lost now. It's over.
Not necessarily. You can pick a winner.
Nope.
No. Okay.
So that is the disappointment. I say we move on.
Yep.
This is all we got.
All right, we're heading to Colonial. This course is infamous for its tiny fairways. The PGA Tour fairway and regulation percentage is 61% on average. Here we're looking at about 56%. And I know that doesn't sound crazy, but if you really think about it, they're playing 72 holes. That's a couple fairways that, like, even for the guys who don't hit fairways often, they're going to hit them less often. For the guys who do hit fairways, they're going to get a little bit of practice out of the rough this week. Greens and regulation, tour percentage is 66%. This course has shown that when it gets gusty, that the greens, not just the fairways, but the greens are incredibly hard to hit. Forecast in Texas this weekend where they're playing, winds up to 20 miles per hour. So they're pretty much going from the ocean course where it was breezy, windy, over to Texas where maybe they were hoping to get a little bit of relief. Probably not. And also, this is the one thing I read that I think will make this week a little more interesting for us. We got the Memorial Tournament next week at Muirfield, and then straight to the U.S. Open. So we got lots of golf coming up, lots of good golf anyways. This course is very similar to Innisbrook, to Bay Hill, Riviera, and Muirfield Village. So the guys that perform well here, we should have a pretty good indication of who's going to perform well next week. I know we always have course history, but you can match course similarities to current form, I guess, how they're playing. And we should have a pretty good understanding of next week if we pay attention this week. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Look at that. We got photos.
Nice, dude.
Look at the squad. We got Rose. We got Kevin. Dude. And we got Berger. Obviously, this was the first event back from golf last year. So that's why we have Berger in 2020.
Yep.
If you remember, he won due to Morikawa missing a putt, which is unfortunate. But It appears if you're a Nike sponsor, you don't win here. So keep that in mind when making your pick.
Oh, crap, I didn't know that. But anyways, in my opinion, I think they should give DFL the fucking plaid jacket.
Instead of first.
That thing's hideous.
It's
I just
not
wanted
good.
to throw that out there.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah.
It's nice to not see COVID-19.
Facts. It is unfortunate to see Daniel Berger. That guy sucks.
Yeah.
I feel some type of way about Daniel Berger as I do Sam Burns. Rose and
Yeah.
Nah, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Disappointed that I had to put Burns or Berger on this slide.
Yeah.
Because he sucks at the sport. Congratulations, you do good when it doesn't matter. Anybody can win a regular event. When it comes to a major championship, you shoot a 79 casually. No big deal. But that's how I feel about that. Hell of an insight on the course, by the way.
Thanks, dude. I told you I'd bring my A game today.
I'm very thrown off due to the fact that I didn't start video, so I'm not really sure when I should talk.
Go for it.
I feel all sorts of ways. This is, by the way, the correct background picture. We changed it this week for the first time in 3 weeks.
Nice.
These are the stats that you put together. I did nothing. Driving accuracy, as you mentioned. Approach around the green. Greens and reg, as you mentioned. And the par 3s, 175, 200. 3 of the 4 are in that range. And keep in mind, all the cards you see in your screen, you will not see this week. No cards allowed. Shall we keep moving?
Historically, this course, because when it does get firm and windy, it's hard to hit the green. Around the green is a lot more important here than other courses on average. So we don't often throw around the green as a major one we really look at.
Mhm.
But I put some more emphasis on it this time.
Factual. You can see who's leading the way this week as we go to the 10K and above. And there we go. Jenkins, after all what I said about Daniel Berger, I still got him third.
Yeah, what? I was just about to say that. You have him higher than I do.
Well, look, man, he'll do fine because it's not a tournament that matters. And I'm not going to have him on my team, so he'll be fine.
That's fair.
We got similar spots at the top. We differ at the bottom. I'm not sure where you want to start, but feel free to start somewhere.
I'll start with Morikawa.
Mm-hmm.
He finished tied 8th last week.
Mm-hmm.
He's first in approach, 5th in the par 3s, 175 to 200. He's 6th in driving accuracy. Like you said, he lost to Berger last year.
Mhm.
We know he can play this course. Considering he's 10-5, that was the easiest number 1 I've ever had since we started the show.
Agreed. And to add on, you said he's good at you said this course is similar to
Muirfield.
yes, and he won the workday.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you.
No, it's a short course. It's not a course. It's a less than driver course. Not a lot of people are going to be taking drivers out too often here. Morikawa fits this course perfectly, as he showed last year. Spieth,
Facts.
home state.
Yeah.
The fans are going to be rooting for him.
Yeah.
Obviously. He's also, in the last 10 rounds here, first in strokes gained among players in the tournament. So,
but he doesn't hit a lot of fairways.
No, but he always plays well in Texas, it seems like.
Facts.
So I'm confident with Jordan Spieth this week. I guess you can take away Daniel Berger.
Yeah, Berg. Here's the deal with old Nugs. Not a tournament that matters in the grand scheme of things, so he'll be fine. He will not be on my team, so he'll be fine. All the stats are good. But the key here is that I will not be rostering him. So he will be fine. He won here last year. 10,000 is an interesting price. It's solely because he shitted last week, in my opinion. He will be fine. There's no reason to be scared of him because he tends to do this. He's bad and then he's good and then he's good for a little bit and then he'll be bad again. And that's just, I think that's just golf in general. It was a tough golf course last week, so I wouldn't worry about him.
I also will not be playing him. So like you said, you guys are good to go playing him.
He'll likely win.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just give you my thinking here. Thomas at 11. I just think with Berger, you're getting that extra 1,000 of salary for a similar thing. I think they'll both be fine. And Reed, good around the green, hits, I believe, way more fairways than JT. One of the stats JT's not good at, and Reed is. Reed's right in the middle of pack of all the stats. And the one thing that we didn't look at is putting, and we know Reed does that well. So
Yes.
I have a little bit more faith in Reed. And again, it's just I think all of them will be fine, and I'd rather have the $700 in salary.
Yeah, I did the weather forecast after, and JT historically plays terrible during windy days. So I honestly, if I would have known that, I would have chopped them down. Probably put Berger 3, JT 4, Reed 5. But JT's solid, third approach, third in the par threes in the area. He's also great around the green. He's 14th, I believe. I didn't write it down, but after I found out it was going to be windy, I'm less confident in JT at 3. I will not be playing him personally. I'll be probably only playing Morikawa, but I don't think there's a bad option in the 10K.
Yeah, I'm looking at Reed and Morikawa myself because I think Reed will be like a 4% ownership. By the way, Brooks Koepka
Agreed.
2.9% ownership last week.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Let's keep it rolling, man. 9K. What's the deal?
All right. Will Zalatoris starts it off at 9.9. He's 150th in driving accuracy. He's second in approach, but he's also 102nd around the green, and he's only 62nd in par threes, 175 to 200.
You know what else
at
he is?
9.9, what's up?
A bad putter.
Yeah. So this is not the week for Will Zalatoris. I think his price is a little too high for this course, considering it doesn't really match his play style, I guess you could say. But I don't think he's going to be bad in any way. But I'm not going to spend 9.9 on him when I think people below him will do better than him this week. One of those people is Abraham Answer, second in driving accuracy, 33rd approach, 44th par threes in the area, and he's coming off a tied 8th last week on a very long, very hard course that really didn't fit his game, and this course does fit his game. I love Abraham Answer here. I'm all on board with him. Tony Finau, I didn't do the research on him like I did the others, and that's only because over the past 10 rounds, he is third among active players in strokes gained. He averages 1.63 strokes gained total at this golf course per round. I think only Spieth and I forget the other one. There was one other one, but he's third. So I'm all good with Tony Finau. He knows how to play the course.
I think Finau had a lead in this event and crapped it.
Okay,
last year,
I wasn't aware of that.
But maybe not, but I feel like I remember that.
No, you could very well be right.
Yeah, keep going. I think it
fact
was
check
a three-way playoff, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
Keep going. I'll figure.
Okay. Scotty Scheffler, I'm going no here at 95 just because I like Connors and Neiman more. I'm not saying any of these guys will do poorly. They're just people I like more than others here, and that's why Scotty will and Kokrak made it into the thumbs down. I don't really like Sungjae here, to be honest. But Scotty, I just think Corey Connors, I like him better. You're also saving $100. Corey Connors is fourth here, one behind Tony Finau, strokes gained over the past 10 rounds. He's also playing incredibly well, and this is a course that fits him very well. He's a godly approach player, like I say every week, but I don't think he'll be impacted that much by the tight fairways and windy gusts this week because he hits fairways, he hits greens. If he can knock some putts down, I am fully confident in Corey Connors having a top 10, top 15 finish.
I'm bugging. Finau finished in 23rd. I swear to God, he was like in contention.
There was a tournament where Finau was in the playoff. I know what you're talking. We watched it. I don't know. But yeah, Joaquin Neiman also plays this course very well. 1.34 strokes gained on average over the last 10 rounds he's played here. All good on Joaquin Neiman. And like I said, I'm not here to talk shit about Sungjae or Kokrak or Scheffler. It's just there are people I like more. But yeah, with that, we can move on to the 8K. We start off with Justin Rose, which is good for Justin Rose. Guess his last 4 finishes on tour.
I looked at it. The
It's
two
good.
majors are top 10s, I think.
Yeah, 7th, tied 11th, cut, and then tied 8th. He's also 7th strokes gained here over the last 10 rounds he's played at 1.5 per round. All good with Justin Rose. He's coming back into form.
Looks like he finished
Justin Rose.
It looks like he finished T3 here last year.
Okay, I didn't even have that, but yeah, he plays this course very well, and he's also in great form. All good with Justin Rose. Billy Hosen, no, because I think if you have 8,800, I would really try to get to 8,900 and just go with Justin Rose. You can play Billy Ho. He's not bad, but I just like other people more. Charles Hoffman. 9th in approach, 2nd par 3s in the area, and in his last 5, he does not have a finish that is worse than a top 25. He is hot. He is $100 less than Billy Ho. I would go up to Rose or down to Hoffman, and that is why Billy Ho made this shit list. Next,
I'll tell you what's not trash about Charlie Hoffman. His game. His shirt, maybe. His hat, possibly. His game, no sir. Gonna have to get rid of that waste management sponsor. Get something better.
Facts. Maybe he can jump on board with Shrek and get like
what can Brown do for you? Oh yeah,
no, like FedEx or something. Who knows?
Why does nobody have Amazon? By the way,
maybe they just haven't offered to sponsor anybody.
I know, but isn't that just a no-brainer?
No, I agree.
I don't know who, but somebody. I don't know. Whatever.
I agree with you. Mitchelson and his Cavs, you can leave him at home. I'm good. I'm surprised
he's going to withdraw, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't withdrawn yet. And for that reason, and the fact that I don't think he can repeat. Kevin Na, yes. He's good to go. Last 3 here were 4th, 1st, then cut. But he's also 2nd. He is the guy above Finau. He's 2nd in strokes gained over his last 10 rounds here. I'm good to go with Kevin Na. Can he putt this year? No. Can he putt historically? Yeah. I'm good with Kevin Na. I'm also good with Streelman. 52nd driving accuracy, 20th in greens and regulation. He's also coming off a tied 8th. Good to go with Kevin Streelman.
Imagine thumbsing up Kevin Streelman before the PGA Championship. Oh, wait. I did that.
Yes, you did.
People got to watch. Man, this is quality content, man. People got to watch this.
It truly is. I thumbs down Brooks, but what are you going to do?
And I played Brooks, so what are you going to do?
Facts. Look at us covering all the bases.
By the way, shout out to Rotoballer, my new partner, I guess you could say. They have this thing. If you pay for a subscription on Rotoballer, it's pretty dope. It's the projected ownerships.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole spreadsheet. It was like scary accurate. And they were even high on Brooks. Like they said it was going to be like 4%. And when I saw that, I was like, I had to go for it. Yeah. And it ended up being 3%. So that has nothing to do with Streelman, but it just made, when you thought about Brooks, it made me think of it. So go ahead and jump on that. Pay for a subscription. If you're interested, you can read my fantastic work. You can do that for free as well. But feel free to pay on my
Maybe you could put you could start linking your articles in the description.
Probably should. Except they come out usually after this, but yeah.
You can edit it after, I think.
Yeah, facts. I could.
Yeah. Moving on, Cameron Tringale at 8-1. He can't hit wide fairways. I have no reason to think he's going to hit skinny fairways.
Last week for Cameron, by the way.
Last year, he could hit greens in regulation. Even though he's never in the fairway, he was hitting greens. Now he can't do that either. No.
Let me tell you, I'm no golf superstar, as you know. I looked through a couple of the scorecards that I have laying around. Haven't found many back-to-back 10-7s on my scorecards. So shout out to Tringale. He did something I haven't done in a while. I'm sure I've done it, but just not in a while.
Oh, I've for sure done that.
Oh, yeah, but just not recently.
Yeah, agreed. Brian Harmon, I am an all-go. He fits this course perfectly. Before the PGA last week, the last 5 times he played were all top 25s. He hasn't missed a cut in this event since 2014. And with that being said, since 2014, he has 5 top 25s and 2 top 10s. He is probably excuse me, my favorite play in the 8K range, just because he's $8,000, and I think he's gonna have a very, very good week. And with that,
Actual.
I'll turn it over to Nance.
Here's the dudes. Got a piece of ice in my mouth.
Yep,
Wasn't
good.
ready. So these are the dudes. Why don't you take a good look at said dudes? A lot to go into with said dudes on the screen. First off, let's start with KH Lee. KH, it was priced. Listen to this. KH was priced at the top of the 7K range. He was a $7,700 golfer. However, I say was because KH has decided to withdraw his talents. I don't blame him. He's rich now. He couldn't withdraw from the PGA because he ain't no loser like others who have quit the PGA. Not gonna name any names, but if you quit the PGA, you know what I'm talking about. KH said, "Don't mind me. I'm gonna power through, and then I'm gonna go enjoy my win that I had 2 weeks ago." That's what he's doing this week. So shout out to KH for the well-earned week off. But we start with Snedeker, who definitely had his name spelled wrong on the slide. Is that? It doesn't
That's
look
right.
right. Okay, well, we've got Brandt and we've got Emiliano, who are both at 7,900. They should be thumbs up for different reasons. Griot finished third here in 2018. He's a godly approach player. Everything else is not good, but he is a godly approach player, and he knows how to play this course. Also, fair to note, by the time we get to Harold Varner, I will have no course history for anyone behind Harold Varner because my laptop was acting up. So everything from that point on is just a best guess situation with the stats. But going back to Snedeker here, he's 9 of 9 at Colonial. He's never missed. He's made 5 straight cuts on tour, 3 straight top 17 finishes. He's 58th around the green. You could roll with both of them. Not sure where the ownership's going to go. I would guess probably towards Griot because I think people are still under the impression Snedeker's bad right now.
Yep.
So I guess I'd lean towards Snedeker. I would not lean toward Matty Jones, which is surprising, but he's 167th in driving accuracy, 135th on approach. I'll leave him off the team. Keith Mitchell coming in with a banging 188th in driving accuracy, 136th on approach, and 202nd around the green. Anytime you're 200 and something in a stat, you probably should look for other work. So Keith Mitchell's a no. Poulter, 6 out of 7 here. Good around the green, hits a lot of fairways. He's not great on approach, but he'll probably make the cut because Poulter. Like I said, KH Lee is no longer in the field, so we will move past him to go to Chris Kirk at 676. We like Chris. He's top 42 in 4 of the 5 stats we've looked at. He's 10 out of 10 at this course and 1 in 2015. So probably making the cut. Kuchar, top 104 out of the 5 stats, 10 for 12 here, including 6th in 2016. So there's no reason to believe either of those two guys will miss the cut. Lee Westwood is next. We were going to thumbs down Lee Westwood. We were going to disrespect him due to his 175th greens in regulation, 124th around the green, 175th par threes in the area, and he's never played this course. We were going to disrespect Lee a little more than we just did. I got a weird feeling Lee Westwood might have a decent week. That's why I couldn't do it. The stats don't back me up on that. I have no reason to believe that. I have a weird feeling Lee Westwood probably does okay this week. Siwoo Kim is top 104 of the 5 stats we looked at. His PGA page isn't a thing on my computer, so we have no idea. But Siwoo, it seems a bit cheap for a guy that was like 9K the other week. So I think there's some value in Siwoo. Peter Uline is next, and we were ready to disrespect Peter due to his 214th out of 216th in driving accuracy. However, he's also 205th on approach. He finished 14th here in 2020 and 13th here in 2019. So I'm not sure what the deal with that is, but I guess you could play Uline. But the stats are horrible. As are Sergio's. The stats are not good. He was cut here his last time out. His best finish in recent terms was 12th in 2017. He did win in 2001, but that was a long ass time ago.
It was.
Brendan Grace, a lot of people learned who he was this week due to him being on the front page of the leaderboard at the PGA Championship. He's 87th around the green, 73rd par 3 scoring. He finished 19th here in 2020. You could. Cam Davis, you shouldn't. Who now goes by Cam Davis on the PGA website. Not really sure what's up with that. 190th driving accuracy, not good. 192nd around the green, not good. Cut here in 2020, also not good. So it's probably just best to keep Cam in the lobby. And then you get to the boys, as you see on the thumbs up. We got Varner, we got Villegas, and we got Damon. Now I know what you're thinking. What a collection of gents that is. Well, look, there's reasons to play all of them. So you got Varner. He's 39th on approach, 23rd around the green, 63rd greens in regulation, 28th par 3 scoring, and finished 19th here in 2020. It's pretty solid. Turn over to Villegas. He's 44th on approach, 33rd around the green, 29th par 3 scoring. 4 of his last 5 cuts on tour were top 25 finishes. And then you got Buckethead. I know what you're thinking. Buckethead. He finished 19th here in 2020. 10th par 3 scoring, 99th on approach, 34th driving accuracy. I think all of these guys are in for a decent week, in my semi-professional opinion. I just don't know which one I like the best.
That's fair.
Kazire makes the thumbs down, which is hard to do, but he's 165th driving accuracy, 126th around the green. He was cut in 2019 and 2020. His best finish here in his history is 64th. So I have no reason to believe that he's going to do better than 64th this week. Stallings, approach, greens and regulation, and par 3s are all great. His around the green and driving accuracy is very bad. So do with that what you will. Russell Knox is top 104 of the 5 stats. He finished 8th in 2019. He's 4 out of 5 in his career here. I can't tell anybody to play Russell Knox because every time I do, it's a horrible, horrible outcome. But I think he's an option, but not a better option than Matt Naismith at 7,300, top 104 of the 5 stats, including 2nd greens and regulation. His only start here, he made the cut. He finished 49th. Carlos Ortiz is interesting. Carlos Ortiz is priced $7,300 this week after so many weeks of being like an 8K golfer. Driving accuracy 115th, approach 158th. I think he could make this cut, but I think people are going to see his name and be like, oh, he's kind of good, and then play him. So I think you're looking at a high ownership for him, and I don't think the upside is that great. That's why you got to play Lucas Glover. It's in black and white for you at this point. He's top 78 in 4 of the 5 stats we looked at. He finished 23rd here in 2020. No chance that he doesn't make the cut. Thank God.
Right. For sure.
Thank God. And the reason that he is Glover / Gim over Gooch, a lot of G's in there. Gooch is another one that I think people are going to see and be like, oh, he's been higher priced recently. And I think Gooch will be okay. I think they'll all 3 make this cut, but I think Glover's got the most upside with the ownership being lower. Doug Gim, he's top 103 in all the stats we looked at. So I'd rank him Glover, Gim, Gooch in that order. Kisner should be fine. He doesn't hit it far, but he hits it accurately. CT Pan, the stats are all right. Should be fine. Doc Redman, another guy. That should be fine. Harry Higgs, 173rd in driving accuracy, which isn't great. So I'd stay away from Higgs. The sleeper is Kyle Stanley. I ran out of things here at 73. Kyle Stanley's top 56 on tour in 4 of the 5 stats. He has some good finishes here. He's been good recently. Kyle Stanley's a sleeper here that doesn't even make the graphic. If you're listening, you should probably consider Kyle Stanley. I've advocated for him before, and it's been good. So when I feel strongly about Kyle Stanley, things usually go. So we're just going to hope for the best there. Jonathan Vegas, no. Sabatini and Perez, I don't feel any type of way. Brendan Todd is first in driving accuracy on tour, number 1, numero uno. However, he is 188th in approach, but then he is 26th around the green. So I'm not sure what that breaks down to, but seems interesting at the minimum. Sepp Straka should be fine. Fratelli, Troy Merritt, no. Hadwin, Munoz, I don't feel any type of way. In the 7K, let's go to 6K. Zach Johnson, when you texted me and said shorter hitting, accurate players thrive here, I said Zach Johnson. He's got to be the guy.
Yep, for sure.
56th par 3 scoring, 65th greens and regulation, 98th driving accuracy. Zach Johnson, playable. Luke List, 0 for 2 here, 183rd driving accuracy. We're going to say no. Cameron Champ is just not any good. We're going to say no. Richie I never can say it. Rowinski, the boy. The stats are not bad, but they are not great at $6,800. He has back-to-back top 40 finishes on tour, which I know doesn't sound great, but there was like a slight minute in the PGA Championship where he was in it, like a very slight minute. I think 68 is too cheap for Richie. He is solid. Definitely should consider. Wyndham Clark, he shouldn't. 196th on approach, 212th in driving accuracy. So, sorry, Wyndham. Stewart and Norlander at $6,700 are both good options. Start with Norlander since he's first on the graphic. 51st driving accuracy, 36th approach, 21st greens and regulation, T73 in the par 3 scoring. Flip it around to Stewart. You got 3rd driving accuracy, 96th greens and regulation, T67 par 3, tied 105th in approach. I'm not sure where the ownership goes here. I think they're both going to be super low, and I think they have value, both of them.
Agreed.
Once again, no clue on the course history due to internet, we'll just say. So we'll hope for the best on that. Patrick Rogers, who does have good course history here, I know for a fact, we're going to stay away from due to his 197th in both driving accuracy and approach. And then we get to the boy Michael Thompson, who makes his thumbs up fantasy from the fairway debut 20-something weeks in.
Good for him.
He is 22nd driving accuracy. He's 99th around the green, and he's 91st greens in regulation. Why not?
Yeah, I'm with it.
We also are going to advocate for Putnam and Hahn, who are both at 66, or maybe 65. And Hahn, Putnam options, but we wanted Thompson to get on the graphic for sure because Putnam and Hahn have been on the graphic. Duffner finds his usual spot, thumbs down, and McDowell also in the thumbs down area. As we go to the 6-4, 6-0, we lead it off with Percy, who is 24th on approach, 58th in driving accuracy, 4th in greens and regulation, and 16th in par 3 scoring. So some value there. Dennis the Menace McCarthy at 63 is 64th in driving accuracy, 60th around the green. He's made 7 of his last 8 cuts on tour. No reason to believe he won't make it this week. Garnett at 62, another guy that can make the all fantasy from the fairway team.
Yeah.
Garnett, and let me tell you something about Bryce Garnett. Here's what I've learned. He's very, very solid at like 1 or 2 things. And he's just decided, you know what? I'm going to be as good as I can at those things. And everything else, I'm just not. And you know what? Good for you.
Yeah.
With that, he is 7th on tour in driving accuracy and 37th greens in regulation. Don't look at the other stats. They're poor. I'll tell you right now. Garnett, 6,200 if you have to. Hubbard, 38th driving accuracy, 76th around the green. And then we go to Kramer Hickok, who is for some reason priced $6,000 as he is 31st driving accuracy, 57th around the green, 68th greens in regulation, and 29th par 3 scoring. Really, really solid stats for being the cheapest dude available. So
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. That's definitely something to consider if you go the route of lots of dudes that are
Yeah, it's good for the 6K. You didn't have to put John Daly.
Boy, John sucked. Let me tell you what. John was trash, boy. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's that. Shit. Well, I'm going first. I told you that you had free reign to pick anybody because I'm picking Colin Morikawa. Usually that backfires on me when I have him on my team, so we'll see what happens. I just think it's he's coming back to right a wrong from last year.
I'm with it.
And so now that you have a free pick of anybody, you say what?
I'll take Justin Rose.
Justin Rose. Huh. All right. Very solid. Justin Rose. Go ahead, give me a top 25 since I went first on the other one.
Give me Harry Higgs.
Higgs?
Higgs.
Any reason?
No, just feeling it.
Higgs. Okay, Harry Higgs.
Higgs.
Harry Higgs. Let's go check the notes on Harry Higgs. Yep, 173rd in driving accuracy. That's what we have on Higgs.
Yep.
The Higgs boson, as they call him in the streets.
You're gonna hear it here first. He's leading the field this week in driving accuracy.
That'll be the only place you hear that as
Yep.
well. Well, Amanda just left, I guess. Just saw her drive away.
Yeah, I just saw Kaya outside. That confused me.
Somebody let her out, I assume.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We'll go for a top 25. You know what? We like him, and we hope for everything that's good that he does indeed make this cut and finish in the top 25. That'll be Lucas Glover. So as you see, I need a lot of help thanks to Stazen.
Shrek.
Shrek got it done for you. I picked Shrek once, I think. I don't think it was that good.
Yeah.
So that's where we sit. Rose and Higgs for Jenkins Jr. the third, fourth. And I will take Morikawa and Lucas Glover. Please make the cut, Lucas. I cannot have that blood on my hands.
Yeah, that's horrible to think about.
This week, absolutely. I guess that's it. Fantasy from the fairway. Any final words for the Charles Schwab?
I guess good luck. I don't think that many people will be playing comparatively.
Yeah.
But
I gotta win some money back that I was down last week. So I gotta
if you're watching this, you probably play every week though, so good luck and pay attention this week because you should learn a thing or two for next week.
Factual statement. Congrats to Phil. I didn't really say that in the beginning because I was so thrown off to what it was you were saying and said, let me start the video. So shout out Phil. I watched every single shot of golf yesterday. If I was exhausted after the fact, I can't even imagine how Phil felt.
Yeah. He
I
was drinking wine today and chilling.
Good. He should have been. Were you? Let me ask you this. Were you surprised? This is something they were talking about at work today. Are you surprised that so many young people our age were pulling for Phil over Brooks when mostly the people that like Brooks are people our age because of his attitude? Because everyone I know was pulling for Phil.
Yeah.
And I even kind of like Brooks.
Phil too. Yeah. I was pulling for Phil for sure. I don't know. It's just you're watching history. I don't know. I think and plus Phil hasn't been good. So it's kind of like the underdog thing. And Brooks has won so many majors. He's good recently. I know Phil has too. But I think everybody was just trying to watch history.
Yeah, that's facts. They were talking about that a little bit, and I was just thinking that it is interesting, but I think Phil has done such a good job of he's done what Brooks and a lot of guys don't, and Phil has become such a literal social media icon.
Yes.
To people that are younger. So I think a lot of people are like that are pulling for Phil. Obviously, he's great, but I think it's more of like
Phil has good social media again.
Yeah, I think people
he's
just
branding himself.
Yeah.
He brands himself. Yeah. And he's one of the all-time best. So
yeah. So probably should have said that off the top, but we'll do it at the end. All good there. All right, man. That'll do it. Fantasy from the fairway, the Charles Schwab. Schwab. Best of luck. We'll catch you next week and the week after that as we go for 30 straight weeks of fantasy from the fairway. What a world. Best of luck and live long and prosper.